What is the longest you've ever spent on a project before it finally came to fruition? Often in my journey and other people's journeys, we take a long time before we get to the launch or the release of something very, very important. And what I thought I'd do is share with you a story about a journey that I've been going on, which is I've been a professional speaker now for 13 years, and it's been great. You know, I've had a lot of great times traveling around the world talking about leadership, personal brand, networking. And I remember during the process, people was like, Bobby, you have to write a book. So then I wrote a book, fine. Then they're like, Bobby, you need to have a program so you can coach people. I'm like, okay, fine. So for the longest time, I delayed doing this. And I worked with a coach myself, and he said, you know, Bobby, what's the program you want to put together? And I put together this program called Networking Mastery. And the truth is, it didn't go very well because I wasn't really good at setting it up and marketing it in the way that I wanted it to. And what's interesting for that journey, that was like 3-4 years ago, and I've been trying to sell it, and what I didn't realize is that maybe I need to come up with a new product or new package or something. But I kept trying to market that one. Now I still sell it, and I still, you know, people buy it today, but for the most part, you know, there's other ones out there that I think are more important. And so about 1.5 years ago, you know, I realized that, you know what, instead of trying to push that one, maybe I should focus on other ones. What are some other things that people want from me? And so I went out to my network and I started asking them questions. And finally, they said, you know what? People want my help with social media influence. They want my help with how to be a speaker. They want my help with how to get a TED Talk. They want my help with things like personal branding. And so and then I did some crowdsourcing, you know, asked people. And then this whole journey has been about feedback and getting people to give me their ideas. I finally went with, you know what? Okay, fine. Speaking is something everybody asked me about. Let me put them together. So what I did was about a year and a little bit ago, I put together a package of, you know, what I thought it would be. And again, I crowdsourced and people gave me information. Is it a 2-week program, 3-week, 4-week, 8-week, you know, 10-week program? And, you know, it's hard because you get all this information and you have to figure out the best thing. And the best thing to do is just put it together and just, and see what happens. And so that's what I did. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to put together a 4-week program. And then I basically said, you know, I'm going to do a beta test. I'm going to bring in just people at a really low price, and they can give me feedback, give me testimonials, and make sure, you know, it goes really well. So I ran my cohort for a speaker mastermind program on how to become a professional speaker and get speaking gigs, get paid, speak more often, speak better. And I ran this thing for 4 weeks. And the biggest learning, first off, it failed in many ways. The content was fine. The main failure was the arrangement I'd made with the people to, you know, give me feedback, give me testimonials, did not go well. I sold the thing really fast in about 2 weeks and had 10 people in the program, but then no one would follow up. No one did the work. No one followed up. No one was willing to give me a testimonial, and I was chasing them for a long, long time. So I realized that was a bit of a fail on my end. And but the main feedback I did get from a few people was that it was really intense. 4 weeks, a lot of work. You need to change this up, Bobby. I'm like, okay, fine. So then I ran it again. I was like, you know, let me do another beta test because I'm not feeling comfortable with this. And I didn't actually, you know, people didn't follow up with testimonials. So now what do I do? Let me do it again. So I ran again in February, March, April, and again got 10 people to join this thing with a beta test. And this time I changed the format. I made it 1 week of training, 1 week of, you know, coaching, group coaching, 1 week of training, 1 group coaching, and for 8 weeks. And that went a lot better. People gave me, and there were more engagement there. It wasn't so much a burden in the first few weeks because of all the homework and prep work that people had to do. So okay, good. And this time people were more engaged. You know, they were asking lots more questions, and they didn't seem to be overwhelmed by the work. I mean, they still felt it was a lot of work. But again, it's interesting because as you go through the process, you know, life happens and things happen, and I got busy, and I actually didn't follow up with people for several months afterwards, which was totally my fault because I was overwhelmed and I just didn't do it. And so, you know, that just kind of took a back burner. And one of the things that happens too, again, with life is like, you know, things happen and life takes over, and whether it's family, work, health, whatever it might be, overwhelm, we all struggle with this kind of stuff. And so for me, I've also, I'd say, over the last 3-4 years, as much as I'm getting more work done in a focused way, there's been distractions along the way. But, you know, now I'm feeling more in a groove in the last year or two. So we ran the program, it went really well. And, you know, I was happy. Some of my clients actually got speaking gigs pretty quickly, and yay, I'm really happy that it worked. But again, tons of feedback, tons of testimonials in terms of what to do, how to fix it. And and then again, like I said, the summer got distracted because I launched a couple other things. I was working on DYPB, and I was working on the LinkedIn Locals, and I worked on the Mastery Video program with String and Carrie. Just lots of business. And then I did my road trip and family stuff. And also now, like as you all know, I've announced that I'm scaling back my time on LinkedIn because it's too much. I can't spend 20 hours a week here, and I gotta deliver clients and create content and whatever. So I'm only doing 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the most part. So okay, so here we are. So now what is it happening? Well, I'm ready. I think it's ready. Like, it's ready. The program's ready. The sales team is ready. It's all set up. I'm ready to launch, and I'm pleased to announce the fact that my Speaker Mastermind program is now officially launched. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. It's there. It's live. It's ready. I'm putting it out there in the universe that I want to put together a group program. I mean, there's the high-end one-on-one. There's also the modules only, but I'm putting together a group coaching program for mid-November, approximately November 9th is when I want to launch this, and I'm putting it out there now. And so to that end, you know, I did a speaker webinar last week, and I've also been, you know, talking about sharing my 10 tips to speak more. Everything's been about trying to build towards this, but it's been a 3-year process to get to where this is. The first program that didn't do well, and now it's a new program. But now I know it's going to work because, you know, people have loved it, and they say it's really great. And so let me just explain how it works. So it's going to start off with the first module, which is all about your speaker brand story and understanding your topics and really diving into who you are as a speaker. Then I do 2 weeks of coaching. So the feedback was the first 2 modules are a lot of homework heavy. So there's going to be homework in between. So 2 group coaching sessions where I go through all the stuff, go through the homework, help you figure that stuff out. Then the training module number 2 is how to pitch and get speaking gigs. So whether you want to become a speaker, for paid or unpaid, this is about getting those opportunities. And so then there's 2 more modules, another second module of that, then 2 more coaching stuff because I go through your marketing materials, your demo reel, your sales pages, your website, all that kind of stuff you need to do. So the first 2 modules are spread out over a month, and then we get to the last 2 modules, which is how to put together a great presentation, a world-class presentation, and the final thing, managing a tribe, building a huge social media thought leadership presence. And who is this program for? Well, it's really for several different types of people. One would be you're a C-suite or a corporate level executive that wants to get out there and do more public speaking to talk about your expertise or your career. It's also for an entrepreneur of a small, medium enterprise. Maybe you're the CEO of a tech firm. You want to get out there and talk about your business or your product. And you want to do much better. And it's also for people who are, you know, intermediate to advanced speakers who are comfortable speaking. They know what they're doing. Because I'm not going to teach people how to speak well. That's in my other content. This is for people who know how to speak pretty good, and they want to take their speaking to the next level by getting more opportunities out there. They want to actually create either part-time or full-time income as a public speaker, maybe getting some money out of it, but they also want to get out there and do more outreach. Those are the types of people that I'm trying to help with this program, and if you're looking to speak more and get opportunities and speak with impact and create that legacy that you want as a speaker for your brand, then this is the program for you, and I'll work with you one-on-one or a group coaching situation to help you figure that out. So that's the big announcement. It's taken 3 years to get here, a lot of failures, a lot of learning, a lot of feedback, a lot of crowdsourcing, but I think all that stuff has been worth it because I've been able to perfect what I think I want to do. And to that end, let me also say that I ran a speaker webinar just last week and went really well. 140 registration, which is like, wow, that's a lot of people. But there's a lot of demand for me to do it again. So you know what? I'm going to do it again. So I'm actually going to do another webinar on how to become a successful public speaker. A TEDx speaker shares his tips. Tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So sign up for the webinar. If you sign up and you can't make it, you still get access to the replay, which is what most people want. But if you want to get and learn more about the Speaker Mastermind program and all its details, and you want to apply to be part of this, I would love to work with you. I would love to share with you how to be a speaker, how to get a TEDx talk, how to ramp it up, how to build social media influence, how to create content, everything. And we hold our hands together and kind of like a group hug, and we go. And you can look at the testimonials that people have said, what they said about it. They're also on the website, and you'll get a better sense of it. So click the link below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions specifically on the program or on the webinar or anything to do with how to make you a better public speaker, no matter what stage of that journey you're on, let me know. And I'd also love to hear your thoughts or any stories about any sort of journey you've been on that have taken a long time through failures and process and learnings to get to where you need to go. All right, so very excited. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a long one, but I appreciate your time. All right, thanks so much. Bye.